For decades, African rich men were building their empires, from manufacturing of cement, mining of gold, mining of coal, mining of diamonds, and so much more. They were building their empires from agricultural sectors. Now, things are changing. Today, the new generation investors in Africa, they are building their empires using courts, startup platforms, and smartphones. That's how they are building their empires. So the question is, in this new generation, which sector is going to give us the African new billionaires? When we talk like this, it doesn't mean that building of courts or building of empires through factories, mining of gold, one is going to dominate, or one is going to chase the other sector out of the business totally. It's not like that. It's like which sector is going to dominate in the market, or which sector is going to give us new African billionaires. That's the question. So, the old giants. Let us go to the old giants. Who are the old giants? African backbone was built using factories by the business giants who invest billions of dollars in physical infrastructure, billions of dollars in oil refineries. Take an example, Aliko Dangote, who built Africa's largest cement empire. He also built one of the biggest oil refinery in Africa that can compete globally, which is really helping us the Africans so far. Take an example of John Rupert. He's the chairman of Richmond Group, controlling a lot of luxury brands like Katia. He's controlling a lot of luxury brands. He's also competing globally. So, these investors, they didn't just build the factories, they didn't just make money, but they build Africa, they build the nations, they build so many nations. They are the backbone of Africa. They are the reason why Africa is Africa, because of the hard work that they have put in Africa. That's why Africa is Africa now. But there is only one problem. This method or this model they were using to build the empire is very slow. It's also very expensive to scale. It's very expensive for the new generation to build such empires. Now let's go to the new disruptor. Now we have different kind of investors that is rising in Africa, not in building factories, but in building courts. Yeah. Meet Inoluwa Aboyeji, co-founder of a $1 billion startup like Flutterwave and Andela. These are the kind of new generation billionaires that we are talking about. Aboyeji, this guy, he built Flutterwave and Andela. He founded Flutterwave in 2016. The company was created specifically for digital payment across Africa. Digital payment just help in transaction across Africa, and it can accept and send payment. It can accept and send payment to all the African countries, and can also use all the African currency. This is a very powerful move for we as the Africans. Then meet Shola Akilande, founded Paystat. He Paystat in 2015. Then later it was acquired by Script in 2020 with a huge sum of money, up to $200 million. That's the amount it was acquired. It was acquired in 2020, 200 million. Shola Akilande founded Paystat. This is also a very bold move for the African. Those African builders, those African new builders, they are creating digital empires, not from factories, but can scale, but it can scale globally, can also compete and scale across Africa. This is the new African billionaires. With just a laptop, it can reach millions of population across Africa without building a single factory, without building an oil refinery. This is what they're doing now in Africa. That is taking us to the new generation of Africa, where the new generation billionaires they're coming from. Then let's go to head to head. So let's compare between factories and tech. Which one is going to dominate? You realize the factories that were built in Africa, they really help in building infrastructure in so many nations. Then point 2 is the other courts building. It builds a lot of platforms, builds a lot of websites that can empower the factories that are in Africa, which is also very good for we as the African. This thing is taking us to the next level. Then the building of factories in Africa, it also needs billions or millions of dollars to start or operate it properly. if it needs billions, if it needs huge amount of money to operate, that becomes also very difficult. But the building of courts or the building of platform, it just needs your idea that are molded into reality to solve the business problems. So all these things, they can work together, but which one is going to dominate? Which one is going to bring us African new billionaires? That's what we mean by old money versus the new money. The old money, that's the way of building the factories, agricultural sectors. Then the new money is this money built from courts, platforms. Then new money, all building courts, can scale faster. Yeah, can reach millions of people, not just in Africa. It can reach millions of people. Then here's the truth. Here's the truth that no one tells you. Africa doesn't need only the factories, or African doesn't need only the technology. It's not like that. African needs both. African needs both the factory and the technology. So without infrastructure, technology cannot grow or cannot survive, because technology, they work hand in hand with the old money, with the factories. So they empower the factories. So without innovation, without website, without building of those platforms, industries even cannot grow. Now the world is moving digitally, so they need to move in the same direction, but the tech and factories, they need to move hand in hand. The future now belongs to those who combine both the factories and the technology. That's where the world is going. So we as the Africans, we should invest in the factories and the technology for better results. Let's go to the future. Imagine a new African investor who can build power plants and invest in AIs. Come to imagine that. That's where we're going now. Imagine an African investor invests in factories and also fund startups. So this kind of investors, when they combine the technology and the technology and the factories, so these are the kind of investors we need in Africa, that they are going to dominate the next 20 years in African business. So Africa is changing from cement manufacturing to courts, to building of courts. The only question is, which side are you going to follow? We need both the technology and the infrastructure. Which side are you going to follow, you as the African? If you like this video, please subscribe share this video, because the conversation starts with you as an African. Subscribe to this channel. This is Kaitna TV. We love you. See you again in my next video. Bye bye.